Hello, everybody, and welcome to the fourth ever episode of the XFFL Show. I'm your host, Josh Mitchell, the owner of the New England Nexus, the head coach of the New England Nexus, the captain of the New England Nexus. A lot of things I do for the team. However, it didn't go so well in week one, but we moved past that and we're looking forward how we're going to kind of take a step back during week one and kind of recap all the matchups and who was victorious, who wasn't. Spoiler, wasn't me. And kind of break down what's going to happen in week number two, which will just be just as spicy as week number one. We also will have a special guest, and he ended up being the highest point total guy, team, coach, all that fun stuff. We'll get to him in just a couple of short minutes. But first, breaking down week one of the XFFL / the NFL season. Yes, don't know which one is more important, but one cannot be without the other, obviously. But here on the screen, you're going to see all the matchups and who won and who lost. I unfortunately was in losing effort to the Cleveland Clowns, 150.46 to 91.32. Zach Wilson was the best thing for my team. Yeah. Breaking down more matchups, Rochester Revenge beats the Alpine Extreme in a semi-final round rematch from last year by almost 40 points. Another matchup, Riverhead Blue Waves, 163.66 points. Again, that's a strong 6/now 7 with Rob Gronkowski on the team, defeating the North Carolina Carpetbaggers, which were projected to get a much higher total, but Aaron Rodgers discount double choked for only 3 points. Sad. I had him in another league too, so I can relate to you, Zach. Another matchup, the Big Ben Blackbeards defeating the Charlotte Outlaws 118-62. Kind of that was our actually our closest game, surprisingly, and our lowest scoring game in terms of both teams scoring points. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see how week two comes about. And of course, our number one seed, the New York Potato Skins, defeated the Malone Rookies. I mean, the Malone Mutiny, 171.76 to 124.86. Just a beating, just a beat down of all those rookies on Chris Baccaro's team. And we kind of saw it coming, although Jamar Chase had a good showing. Devontae Smith had a good showing. Not sure if it was on the bench or starting, but you can be rest assured that Devontae Smith is a weekly play for the Malone Mutiny. But let's move on from the Malone Mutiny and let's talk about our number one seed, our highest point getter of the week, the one and only owner, head coach, captain of the New York Potato Skins, formerly Redskins, but now Potato Skins. Barstool's own Brian Michella. Brian, how's it going?
We're doing great tonight, Josh. If I'd be able to open my time on the show, I would just like to say one thing, that in the annals of history, people are going to be talking about three things: the discovery of fire, the invention of the submarine, and the week one win of the New York Potato Skins.
Wow. That's some
Yeah.
very inspiring words.
Yes, of course.
But as you see
Have to fire up the boys in the locker room.
Oh, yes, of course. I mean, speaking of those boys, if you can look on the bottom to those watching, those are all the points for our New York Potato Skins. DeAndre Hopkins, of course, had a great day. Tom Brady, fantastic day, one of the top quarterbacks for the week. TJ Hawkinson, 25.7 points, incredible job. But there's one guy I want to get to in particular, and that is Tyson Williams. Now, a great start. He had a really long run, but can he be trusted? And will you trust him moving forward?
Well, in the immediate future, I'm gonna have to say no, I won't be trusting him. And it's not because he's not a trustworthy player. It's only because I had DeAndre Swift on my bench, who seems like a more trustworthy option at the moment because anytime that a running back can have 11 targets, I'm going to play that guy no matter the circumstance. Now, Ty Apostrophe is a great player, given his week one performance, but he is part of a committee, as is DeAndre Swift. But where DeAndre Swift has Jamal Williams to deal with, Ty Apostrophe has both Lamar Jackson and Latavius Murray, who also happens to be a potato skin as well. So I won't hesitate to play him if I need him. Latavius is also there to see how the committee approach goes over the next several weeks. But like I said in a group chat at a certain time, you want the Ravens RB1 on your team.
Okay. Totally understandable. Totally understandable. We're going to kind of take a step back and kind of appreciate the fact they got over 170 points in week one. Now, looking this on paper prior to this week, were you expecting this high of a totals from people like Tom Brady and Joe Mixon and TJ Hawkinson, or were you caught off guard that you got such a high total?
Definitely not caught off guard. Did I expect to put up 170? No. Like, if anyone tells you that they're going to put up 170 every single week, they're lying to you. But that being said, I drafted or kept each of these guys for a particular reason. Tom Brady, he's done a few things in the last 20 years, where after last year of drafting him, it was a slow start to the season, but then towards the end, including the playoff run, you got a chance to see what exactly was the deal with the Buccaneers. Joe Mixon, I kept him for a reason. I thought he'd be a 3-down back in Cincinnati. He managed to catch a few passes. I believe it was, okay. He caught 4 passes for 23 yards. Not a lot, but then when you add in 127 yards on the ground and a touchdown, I mean, that's a guy worth keeping. TJ Hawkinson, same deal, where him and DeAndre Swift are getting, let's see, last week it was combined 21 targets between them, because the Lions have no wide receivers to throw the ball to. So in a way, I think I had the top 2 target getters from that team. So yeah, was I expecting 170? No. Do I think I could do this any given week? Well, yesterday was a sign that I could.
Okay. Well, I'll leave you with one final question, Mr. Owner, head coach, and captain. Week 2 is now literally less than 24 hours away when this gets posted. You're looking to week 2. We already talked about Ty Apostrophe. Are you looking to make any changes? Because looking at that bench, I mean, pretty stacked DeAndre Swift. And even if you put in Brandon Cooks in there too, like, he had a good game.
Right now, I have DeAndre Swift slot in there. He'll be taking over Ty Apostrophe. I think after seeing LASIK Jameis Winston tear up the Packers defense, I do think that the Lions will be able to move the ball against them. In the case of the Ravens-Chiefs matchup, look, it could blow up in my face. He could run for $150 and 2 scores, and I look stupid. But I'm going to take the guy that is hopefully the lead back in that Lions offense over the guy in the Ravens offense. Maybe that contradicts me, but I'm also going off the matchup itself, which in week 2, that's what I'm looking at. So.
Okay. And last and finally, not least, when I have people on, I let them have the floor. And if you want to give any smack talk whatsoever to your opponent, it's all.
I was not expecting that. All right. No, it's only 1 week. We got another 16 games to play here. 15. Yeah, math is my strong point. Either way, look, in our little survey thing that we did, I didn't put myself in the championship. One other person thought I would end up there as the champion. I appreciate that person. Yeah, I'm gonna let my team do the talking for me week after week. So thanks for having me on, Josh.
All right. Thank you, Brian, for those fighting words. Not really fighting words, but kind of put up or shut up words in your opinion. But yeah, strong start to week 1. But we're on to the next week. Whereas Bill Belichick says we're on to Cincinnati. But we're not on to Cincinnati. We're on to week 2. We're going to preview week 2 and the matchups that are happening this week. And we got some good ones, folks. And here's our first one. And it is, let's always just, I guess, start with me. I don't want to end with me ever. Let's start with me. Myself versus Jeff and the Big Ben Blackbeards. Finally making the maneuver. I got rid of Mac Jones, moved Brian Tannehill off the IR COVID because he doesn't have it anymore, and now he's in the starting lineup. However, I'm still projected to lose by 13. He's got Dak, he's got CeeDee Lamb, he's got Ezekiel Elliott, the trio of Cowboys, the loyal fan that is Jeff Skipper Bell and the Big Ben Blackbeards. Looking at it on paper, I don't like my chances. I think Melvin Gordon is definitely his weaker point in Mike Williams, but that's not saying much when you have 3 Cowboys, DK Metcalf, and Travis Kelce on your team. So, as painful as it is for me to say, I don't think I have a shot this week. I won't say not a shot, but it's not a good shot. Let's put it that way. Next on the docket is the Alpine Extreme versus the North Carolina Carpetbaggers. Will Aaron Rodgers get redemption from his 3-point outing in week 1? I don't know, but he is projected to outscore the Alpine Extreme. Again, he's got the nasty trio of running backs: Christian McCaffrey, Austin Eckler, Najee Harris. Najee didn't really put up a lot of numbers against the Bills defense, but this week it's the Las Vegas Raiders. Will that fare well for him? Because they did put up, I believe it was over 180 yards. The Ravens did against Vegas, so maybe there's potential there. I don't know. Alpine Extreme selecting to put Corey Davis in this week against the New England Patriots. Let's see if that plays out. But again, on paper, just looking at this, I'm picking the North Carolina Carpetbaggers to win. Javonte Williams looks like not questionable, but a move where he's kind of forced to put him in because Raheem Mostert is out for the year and he dropped him. So again, this is all before the waiver wire. So obviously all this could change, but I'm not adjusting it because that takes too much time and effort. All right, let's move on. The third game on the docket, Cleveland Clowns versus the Riverhead Blue Waves. Again, pretty much big tone. Riverhead Blue Waves owner should win every single game this year. Russell Wilson, Devontae Adams, Keenan Allen, Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, Gronk, Amari Cooper, Jason Sanders, Tampa Bay defense. It's stacked, people. He's supposed to project in for 150 points. Yeah, I don't know. But Kyler Murray, he's facing Kyler Murray, had a really, really good outing. Kind of see maybe some potential there. Nick Chubb, some potential there. But until he gets defeated, I'm picking Riverhead Blue Waves every single week. Fourth matchup, Malone Mutiny, 0-1 start versus Rochester Revenge with a 1-0 start. Patrick Mahomes versus Justin Hurts at the moment. Maybe plays Justin Herbert. I don't know. But I would pick Jalen Hurts against that San Francisco 49ers defense that allowed a lot of points against the Detroit Lions. Tyler Lockett had a huge game. Can he get a repeat performance against the Tennessee Titans defense that did not look too good? Darren Waller got a lot of targets. I believe 18 or 19 targets in week 1 versus the Ravens. Possible he could get it again, but that might be overdoing it. I honestly think this could be a toss-up, but right now I'm looking at that Jalen Waddle spot in the flex. Obviously, things can change. I don't like that. If you had someone else in there, maybe, but I'm going with the guy who's won the championship last year, and Scott Sheehan, and I'm picking the Rochester Revenge to get this victory. And last but not least, our final game of week 2. The number 1 seed, the New York Potato Skins, versus the number 10 seed, the Charlotte Outlaws. I shouldn't say seeds. We're only in week 1. First place versus 10th place. You love to see it. Tom Brady versus Josh Allen. It's not really a rivalry, but this always has that little feel of the new face of the AFC East versus the old face of the AFC East. Obviously, they're not facing off against each other in real life, but in the XFFL, we can dream. And we got it for here. Julio Jones, will he get another massive penalty and Mike Vrabel call him out? Let's hope not, because it's going to look really bad on him. Antonio Gibson looks to be fine. He looked questionable earlier on in the week, but he seems to be going good for Thursday night's matchup. Saquon Barkley, will he be on a carry limit? Who knows? But again, this is close. This is only projected to be an 11-point victory for the Potato Skins. I like them. I like this DeAndre Swift against the Green Bay Packers defense, who just did absolutely nothing against the Saints. DeAndre Hopkins is DeAndre Hopkins. And, of course, Tom Brady's Tom Brady. And called it earlier on in the year. TJ Hawkinson's going to have a breakout year, and I believe that is the case. TJ Hawkinson is going to just do absolute wonders. And for everybody, here are all 5 matchups on the screen, just to make things a little bit easier as you see all the projections and who and what and, all those fun things. But overall, looking at it, North Carolina Carpetbaggers are projected 153 points, River Blue Waves 150, and then it kind of drops off from there. But yeah. We'll definitely see everybody for the start of the week. Thursday night football. New York Giants versus the Washington football team. Tyler Heineke. You better believe it. It's going to be a great week, everybody. I got the RG3 jersey. Apparently he wants to make a comeback. No, thank you. We're good. But overall, that's going to do it for episode 4 of the XFFL show. We'll see you next week to break down what happened in week 2. Preview week 3. Is someone else going to tear an ACL? Maybe another Ravens running back? Hopefully not for Mr. Michella's case. Maybe my team can get a win. We can only pray and cross our fingers. But have a good week and good luck with your teams.